What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos, and let's get started. So today I am sharing swatches of the OPI Malibu collection for summer 2021. So we've got 12 brand new nail polishes and they're actually pretty conveniently split in half. So we have 6 nude polishes and then we have 6 bright colorful polishes. And I think they actually did that for the spring collection as well. They did like half like red, pink, neutral colors and then half like more unique shades. So I actually really like them splitting these collections in half. I feel like it's kind of like 2 mini collections, so that's really fun. But yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard of OPI. They are a 3-free salon nail polish brand. They actually have, fun fact, my favorite nail polish brush, which is just like the perfect amount of wideness and flatness, and I don't know, I just love it a lot. But yeah, they also have really amazing colors, so let me just jump right into it and show them to you. So roll footage. So as with all of my swatch review videos, I am going to be using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today I am using the Cuccio base coat, so I'll link it below. So we'll start off with the brights. The first shade is called Strawberry Waves Forever, and it's a really beautiful cherry red base that has a very intense fuchsia pink shimmer running throughout. And the really cool thing about this is some of the flecks of shimmer are a little bit larger, so they just catch the light and sparkle so beautifully. I absolutely love shades like this. I'm glad to see that OPI didn't do too many reds for this collection, but I feel like this is a vital summer color and I just love that shimmer in there. I just love how those little flecks catch the light. It was perfect opacity in 2 coats. Honestly, it was pretty much a 1-coater on me in terms of opacity, but I love to have like a little bit more depth of sparkle, so for shades like this I always throw on a second. Next up we have PCH Love Song, which is a really stunning bright orange base that has a golden shimmer, and as you can see, this shimmer is a lot more subtle. It doesn't have those sparkly specks like the pinky red shade does, but it's still really beautiful. I love this like golden sunset kind of vibe going on here, and again, just super opaque in the first coat, but I ended up putting on a second coat just to get that full coverage, and I just love the combination of this deep saturated orange with that golden shimmer. It just looks so perfectly summery and sunsetty and beautiful. Next up we have the shade Marigolden Hour, and this one is a really beautiful yellow. It actually has a little hint of like this golden orangey color coming through in it. It looks a little bit yellower in my swatches, but I think it does have like a little touch of that orangey undertone as well, which is so gorgeous. I absolutely love OPI yellows. I think they perform so well. Yellow is a difficult formula to get right, and OPI almost always does it. I actually thought that this one did give me full coverage in 2 coats, but I usually do 3 coats with yellows anyway, so I ended up putting on a third just to see if that helped the opacity, but I thought it looked the same as it did in 2 coats, so on my short nails, this one's a 2-coater, which means it's a winner. Next up we have the shade Paradise Cove, and first of all, amazing name. Second of all, such a beautiful bright lime green cream shade. I'm totally in love with this. I feel like we've been getting a lot of really great greens this season and I could not be happier. This one actually gave me 2-coat opacity, which I feel like is really impressive because just based on the color in that first coat, I thought it was going to be a 3-coater, but it ended up being that nice opacity. It's not as saturated as a neon would be, but it's definitely super bright on the nails. Next up we have the shade Malibu Shore, and this one is a really beautiful cornflower sky blue cream shade, and again, just really impressive opacity, really impressive formula. I did 2 coats and I got perfect coverage for it. I love how self-leveling these shades are. OPI is just one of those brands that I always recommend for beginners because I feel like their brush is super easy to use, their formula is super easy, and it's opaque enough that it's very forgiving, especially with the self-leveling, so you don't have to be as precise with your brush strokes. So here it is in 2 coats, absolutely gorgeous color, just perfect for any time of year really. And then the last shade for the brights is the Sound of Vibrance, and this is a really interesting one. It's sort of this very warm toned purple base that has a very cool toned blue shimmer running throughout, as well as these little fuchsia flecks in there, and the flecks are very subtle, but again, they just catch the light really really beautifully, and they sort of make this polish look so deep and sparkly, and I absolutely love that. I love contrasting shimmers in polish. I love a warm base with a cool shimmer, or a warm shimmer with a cool base, and I just think they did this one perfectly, so absolutely love it. So moving on to the nude shades, and we'll start off with this super light, creamy, off-white beige cream color, and this one's really pretty. It ended up giving me 3 coats for full opacity. Now I will say I love these super light nudes from OPI. I always think they match my skin tone really well, but a lot of the ones that they have do give me full coverage in 2 coats, and since this one wasn't as opaque as the others, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I do still think the color is really pretty, but I'm not totally sold on it being a 3-coater. I probably won't reach for this one as much just because I have similar shades from OPI that are 2-coaters on me, but it might be because I've been growing my nails a little bit longer lately, so I don't know. I'll get back to you guys on how I feel about this one, but the color is really pretty. Next up we have the shade From Dusk Till Dune, and this one, weirdly enough, was the one I was the most excited for, even though I tend to really prefer bright polishes. This one's just a really beautiful sheer light nude base, and it has these iridescent blue flecks running throughout, and the way that they catch the light is just so absolutely incredible. I cannot get enough of this polish. It feels like a wedding shade. I'm totally in love with it for any time of year. It's like a nice palette cleanser. I ended up doing 2 coats for full coverage, but if you want to get rid of that visible nail line, you can just do a 3rd, and then you also get a little bit more depth of that sparkly fleck in there. So moving into the darker nudes, these ones were a little bit difficult to capture because against my skin tone, a lot of them looked a lot more reddish, yellowish, and they look a lot more dusty and cooler toned in the bottle. I think it's just the way that they look against my skin tone kind of changes the color a little bit. So this color is called El Matadoring You, and it's a really beautiful, slightly dusty, medium, blushy brown color, but again, it just looks a lot more warm and yellowy and reddish undertoned on my nails, but I think it would be a little bit cooler toned if you aren't as yellow as me. Next up we have the shade Bonfire Serenade. This is another really beautiful, slightly dusty, medium brown shade. This one is very cool toned, and it does look cooler toned on my nails, but I think it's even cooler in the bottle than it looks on me. Again, I just think my skin tone here is just making it look a little bit warmer just because that is how colors like this show on my skin. So some shades, it really just depends on your skin tone. They always end up looking beautiful, but sometimes the undertones will vary a little tiny bit. So here it is in 2 coats. It was a really impressive formula, and I thought it was a really beautiful shade. I actually really like the way it looks on me. Next up we have the shade Endless Sun-er, and this one was actually really difficult for my camera to pick up. It's more of like a reddish brown color. On my camera, it was just showing bright orange, and I do think that the color itself is a lot dustier than it shows on here. It still looked a lot warmer on me than I thought it looked in the bottle, but it was hard to color correct this one, but I tried to color correct it in the bottle so that you could see what it looks like. Again, really nice color, gave me perfect coverage in 2 coats. And last but definitely not least, we have the shade Cliffside Karaoke, and this one's a really beautiful, rich, chocolatey brown shade. Again, looking a little bit redder on me than it looks in real life, but it's another just beautiful shade. It gave me perfect opacity in 2 coats. I absolutely love it. I think it's such a vibrant, rich brown color, and I think this is a perfect shade to wear on your nails. It's perfect for nail art. I feel like all of these neutrals are just really great for any time of year, so I love that OPI has added all of these with different undertones as well. So here are all of these shades together, all super gorgeous. I don't think that there's any that I don't like. It's just the 1 3-coater beige shade that I'm not totally sold on the formula there, but again, my nails have been a little bit longer lately, so I have had to use a little bit more polish for full coverage, but overall, I really enjoyed this collection. I love the half nude, half bright, and I think they just have a really great color selection, and again, I just love the OPI formula, and I love how easy they are to use, very beginner friendly. So those are the polishes, and I have to say I am really into this whole collection. I love the half nude, half brights idea. I think that's so much fun. I feel like it's just a really interesting way to divide up the collection, so I love when they do that. I also 100% love to see that OPI is kind of moving away. I don't know if it's a permanent thing, but I love to see them doing a collection that isn't mostly reds and pinks. I feel like I have so many amazing red and pink nail polishes from OPI, but I definitely love to see them do more than just that. I love that the brights were just basically a rainbow of colors, and I loved all of those nudes as well. I just feel like they're so perfect for any time of year, so they're definitely good staples to add to your collection. But yeah, overall just really a big fan of these polishes. I always love OPI. It's very rare for me to not enjoy their polishes or one of their collections, so yeah, no surprises here. I really was into it. So these polishes are available wherever OPI is sold. I get mine from HB Beauty Bar, which is a retailer for nail polish and makeup. There, the 15 milliliter bottles retail for $9 USD, and you can also use the discount code KELLI to get 22% off your order. So I will write that all in the description below so you guys can check that out if you're interested. But yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think of these polishes? Have you picked any of them up? And which one is your favorite? Are you more of a fan of the brights, or are you more of a fan of the nudes? Let me know in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Huge shout out to my Cosmic Admirals on Patreon: Amanda M, Braxton Scott, Rainbow J, Kristen, and Jessica Taylor. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Jean, and Jean wants to know, if you could live anywhere, no money restrictions, where would you choose? Okay, so this one's kind of tough to answer because I have to admit to you guys, when I was younger, I really wanted to live in so many different places, and I still love the idea of trying different places to live. But having lived, I grew up in New Jersey, and then I briefly lived in another state for a few years, which was Atlanta, Georgia. Well, Atlanta's not the state, Georgia's the state. I lived there briefly. I have to say, coming back here felt so nice because I'm currently back in New Jersey. I say all of this to say that I actually really love where I live now. I do love New Jersey. I feel like it's perfect in terms of like, we have all the seasons, which I really like. It's not too hot that there's like a lot of bugs, but it's also not too cold that it's like uncomfortable. I feel like we just get a good mix of stuff, and I'm also close enough that I can just drive to the beach whenever I want. So all good reasons to like living here. So I mean, in terms of like realistic, I'm very happy living in New Jersey, and I'll probably stay here. The only other contender I can think of is I might want to live in California at some point in my life, but I'm not sure. I've only visited there once, so I'm not even sure if I would like it that much. But in terms of like kind of unrealistic dream places to live, I don't even have any specific ones in mind, but you know, anywhere with like white sand and turquoise waters, I'm sure would be an incredible place to live if money was no object, and I would just live in a beautiful mansion on a white sand beach with the turquoise water just lapping at my feet, and I feel like that would be incredible. But if not that, New Jersey's fine. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.